How's it going, my peeps? Deagle here with WrestlingGamer.com, bringing you the Raw results and review as well. So let's get this started. The show starts off with the general manager, AJ, coming out. She announces some matches for the night's show: Big Show versus Randy Orton, and John Cena versus Daniel Bryan for the first time ever on Raw, which I was pretty happy about. And then CM Punk comes out. He apologizes to AJ for last week for yelling at her. Then right after asks her to call off the match at Summerslam, the three-way match for the title, which she does not. She says the match is still on. John Cena then comes out. He then says CM Punk's one of those guys now that come out every single week and complain. Then CM Punk, he talks about last week and how the reason why he actually kicked John Cena or pushed John Cena over, why he had Big Show on his shoulders, was because he saw John Cena could not or was not strong enough to hit the AA on the Big Show, so essentially he saved him. That's what CM Punk says. And then you have Big Show coming out. Looks like he's in a fighting mood. And then AJ tells them all to stop. She doesn't want to fight. And then she says she's booking CM Punk in a match, and she's going to let the fans decide on who CM Punk's opponent's going to be. The choices are Rey Mysterio, Kane, and The Miz, and the match is right after the commercial break, so they give the people a bit of time to submit their votes. Rey Mysterio ends up, winning the poll, which was pretty, predictable. So we have a match between Rey Mysterio and CM Punk, who've had some great matches in the past, and they had another good match on Raw. Good match to kick off the show. The end comes where Rey Mysterio hits the 619. He goes on the top turnbuckle, attempts a splash, but CM Punk gets his knees up, but he kind of botched it. Looks like it didn't really connect with his knees, but Rey Mysterio sold it either way. And then CM Punk hits him with the GTS right after for the pinfall victory. So CM Punk beats Rey Mysterio clean 1, 2, 3 for the victory. And that's it for that match. So definitely a good way to kick off the show with a good match between two former rivals. Afterwards, they showed Del Rio coming to the arena in a Ferrari. And afterwards, they showed a video package for Wade Barrett, or a vignette, a promo, to hype up Wade Barrett's return. He's got some facial hair now, and looks like he's going to have a new gimmick, or use that bare knuckle fighting background as a new gimmick, from the promo I saw. Anyways, afterwards, you had a match because Del Rio went into AJ's office and called her crazy, so she books him in a match against a surprise opponent. After the commercial break, Christian is in the ring. He gets a jobber entrance, and Del Rio then comes out, and it's Del Rio versus Christian, so I was like, alright, we're going to have to see Christian lose another match yet again against Del Rio. So Del Rio versus Christian, pretty quick match. Del Rio wins with the cross arm breaker after some distraction from Ricardo, and Del Rio hit Christian with his boot, followed by the cross arm breaker. And then afterwards, you have Sheamus backstage right after the match. He's on the Titantron, and he gets in Del Rio's car because Ricardo forgot Del Rio's keys in the car. So Sheamus leaves with the car, which causes Del Rio to rage. Then right after, you have Randy versus Big Show. So right off the bat, like the first hour, you had two of the big matches on the show right there. Randy versus the Big Show. This was a quick match too. The end came where they were both outside the ring fighting. Randy goes for the RKO. Big Show dodges, pushes Randy away, then goes for the spear and hits it. They're both they're both outside now the ring, on the floor. There were 3 counts to 10, so they're both counted out. They both get back in the ring, but Big Show goes for the knockout punch. Randy dodges, hits the RKO, and that's it for that segment. So it looks like Randy isn't, getting punished for his suspension or, losing his push or anything like that. So good for Randy. We then have Ryback versus Curt Hawkins and Tyler Reks in a handicap match. Once again, Ryback beats them, and that's it for that segment. And afterwards, you had Primo and Epico versus Titus O'Neil and Darren Young, as well as AW, who made sure to point out that he's still the leader of All World Promotions, whether people like it or not. And also Rosa wasn't there. She wasn't, in the corner of Epico and Primo, which I'm assuming is because of what happened, the incident, that happened before Raw with Rosa. Anyways, as far as the match goes, Epico and Primo were about to win, so Titus O'Neil and Darren Young get out of the ring, but then Kofi and R-Truth stop them, and then they get back in the ring, and Epico, I think, hits a backbreaker on either Darren Young or Titus O'Neil. I think it was Darren Young for the pinfall victory, so Epico and Primo win the match. And then backstage, you got Josh Matthews interviewing Sandow, who says he's going to dispose of Brodus Clay tonight. So, Brodus Clay comes out for the match, and before he starts his whole, dancing routine, well, just, as he starts it, Damien Sandow comes out from behind and attacks him on the stage. He hits a chop block, he gets him under the stage, and stomps on his foot a couple times. And, that's basically it. So they don't have the match. Instead, they have Damien and Sandow attack Brodus Clay to get some heat from the crowd. Big fan of Sandow, by the way. Anyways, afterwards, you have AJ backstage with Daniel Bryan. They keep arguing. And Daniel Bryan says after he beats John Cena tonight, she should add him to the three-way match for the title at SummerSlam. But then AJ says, Daniel, you've already got a match at SummerSlam. And he asks her, who's my opponent? She says Kane. So I guess he's not going to be facing Charlie Sheen. But I'm pretty sure Charlie Sheen's going to be making an appearance either after the match or, during the match at SummerSlam. Then you have Kelly returning to the ring. She faces off against Eve and she wins the match. And afterwards, you have a couple more footage of Sheamus using Del Rio's car and eating in it and stuff like that, getting it dirty. Then Shawn Michaels comes out. He talks, he just starts to talk about DX, and right when he starts talking about Brock Lesnar and Triple H, Lesnar comes out, and just when he's about to, attack HBK, Triple H comes out, and then Lesnar tells Triple H, Triple H wants to fight right then and there, but Lesnar tells him he's going to see him at SummerSlam, but then tells HBK, I'm going to see you sooner, before SummerSlam. So, I'm thinking, he's going to attack Shawn Michaels before SummerSlam. I'm thinking that's what that means. And then you have Alex Riley versus Dolph Ziggler with Jericho on commentary, who did, fantastic job on commentary. Was still wearing Dolph Ziggler's t-shirts. Anyways, Alex Riley actually gets the victory in this match because Dolph Ziggler gets distracted, talks too much to Jericho, and Jericho was filming him for, the Tout website. So, Dolph is distracted, Alex Riley rolls him up and gets the victory. And actually, Jericho made a joke about Alex Riley, not winning a match for, such a long time. And actually, trended on Twitter after he won the match. So, yeah. Anyways, then you have The Miz versus Kane in a one-on-one match. The two guys that didn't win the pool, to face CM Punk at the beginning of the show. Kane wins in a pretty quick matchup. Pretty decisive victory there. Choke slam and a pinfall. And then you have Sheamus returning in Del Rio's car, and it's all dirty now. And finally, we have the main event, John Cena versus Daniel Bryan, which I was really looking forward to. And it was a great match. It was a great main event match between the two. Daniel Bryan dominated most of the matchup, but really, when it's John Cena versus another main event guy, most of the time that other guy is going to dominate John Cena, and then John Cena wins at the end. It was no exception tonight. Daniel Bryan, like I said, dominated most of the matchup, and then at the end, John Cena hits the AA and gets the victory. But nonetheless, it was a freaking great match, so, I'm happy about the main event. And then afterwards, after the match ends, CM Punk comes out, gets in John Cena's face, raises the title up high, and then Big Show also comes out. And once Big Show comes out, he starts fighting with John Cena while CM Punk just watches. And when John Cena's about to hit the AA, CM Punk pushes him down once again, then gets on the commentary table and says, he's tired of being disrespected, and that, he smiled for the fans and stuff like that, and he let people disrespect him in the past, but he's no longer gonna do that. and he's gonna do what he does best, and that's end Raw as the WWE champion, standing tall over everybody else, just like last week. Then he gets back in the ring. He attempts to kick the Big Show in the head because he was getting up, but Big Show blocks the kick and then hits a knockout punch on CM Punk. John Cena gets up afterwards, and Big Show hits a knockout punch on John Cena as well to close the show. He then grabs the title and poses with it, and that's it for the show. So my thoughts on this show, good show. Definitely a better Raw than last week. I'd give it a thumbs up, so I enjoyed, tonight's Raw. So, yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. Check out WrestlingGamer.com. Check out the WrestlingGamer.com forums. And also, if you enjoyed this video, click the like button. Oh, that's it. I'm out. See ya.